Hey, if you're a regular watcher of us here, CBS News 8 in the morning, then you will know our next guest quite well.
Okay, so maybe you know his voice, but his face, probably not. Take a listen.
The best news team in the world. CBS News 8 this morning with Dan and Nichelle.
That's right. He said Nichelle with an N. He knows better. The man behind the golden voice, Bill Ratner, is here this morning. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure.
It occurred to me as I walked in the studio, if I mess this up, I'm out of a job.
No. See, listen, I have to have a cold to get a voice like yours. I mean, it is just, it's magic. We dream of having your voice.
Whenever I have a cold, I never admit it. You sound a little nasal, Bill. Oh, really?
Oh.
Must be the moisture.
We love it. Now, we want to get to your book first, but we do want to share, and we want to talk about that. But you have had quite the career here, especially with CBS 8, and you are known as one of Hollywood's top voice artists. Let's toot your horn a little bit. Tell us the things that you do, because we were talking about G.I. Joe.
Well, it all started with G.I. Joe,
yeah.
and I was having kids at the time. Actually, it was my wife who was having the kids.
That'd be a whole other story if you were the one having
Amazing.
kids.
I was standing by in reserve.
Right.
And my daughters would put in the DVDs and the VHS tapes and look at them all day and night. And suddenly I realized, wait a minute, I've created a monster. Here I am in the media having fun and bringing home things for my kids to watch, and they're watching all the time. And we had a babysitting co-op, like the Babysitters Club, only for real. And it was a bunch of parents in the neighborhood who had kids our age. And we thought, let's do an experiment on Saturday nights from 6 to midnight and ban the cell phones and ban all the digital screens.
Right.
And watch a video for an hour and a half, and the rest of the time play, read aloud, brush their teeth, and go to bed.
Do what families do.
Yeah. Or
used to do.
Yeah.
Bill, your book, can I say it? By the way, so it's called Parenting for the Digital Age, and it's the truth behind the media's effect on children. Wow, that's a broad topic. You have a personal connection to writing this?
Well, I wrote it. That's my personal connection.
Well,
I decided
Was there one thing that spurred it? What was your, like, I should write a book about
There are
this?
just so many young families that my wife and I ran across who were having kids at the dawn of the digital age. And Nichelle and I were just talking about this on the break. Kid starts freaking out. We're in the airport. We want to quiet them down. Hand them the iPad.
Yeah.
And one young lady said, "Is that okay?" And I said, "Well, for how long?" She said, "Oh, for hours. It's so cute."
They get captivated by it.
They get captivated and they get mesmerized.
And then we get caught up. You know, Dan and I, we have kids. We wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. My husband's typically deployed. And it's easy to get caught up in that cycle where, here's your iPad, mommy needs mommy time.
And then when you want to take it away or say, let's not, no, right? It's become this crutch.
My biggest tool was my sock drawer.
Right.
At 8 p.m., my daughter's cell phones went into the drawer, and the screams could be heard down the street. One of the most interesting things that I've heard recently, an interview was done with Steve Jobs, the late, great Steve Jobs of Apple Computer. And the interviewer said, "Gee, your house must be a wonderful place for kids." And he said quite the opposite. We banned digital equipment from our home. We know what it does to kids and families.
What does that tell you, right?
Not the content, just the amount of time spent. Time that could be spent sitting in the backyard, chewing on a stalk of grass, talking with your friend, staring at the sky, watching the clouds go by. And I know, sounds boring, not digital. I wouldn't want to watch clouds on my digital device. But I think that's the issue. And this writer from the New York Times went on to interview other CEOs in Silicon Valley who all said the same thing. We invented the stuff. We know that it can hook kids and families.
But you say, too, in your book, there's also some fun mixed in here, too.
There's some fun. There's a chapter on Barbie. I was a Barbie dad.
Okay.
And Barbie has the strangest history in the world. There was a German doll named Bild Lilly who looked exactly like Barbie, who became Barbie by the magic of manufacturing in Japan and being sold in America. Long chapter on G.I. Joe. I had a great time as Flint, and my character keeps popping up on Robot Chicken and Family Guy. So I decided to go to G.I. Joe Con, meet the fans, hang out, wrote a long chapter on it. So there's some fun stuff. I love the media. I wouldn't be here. This is so fun. It's TV, the best morning show in the world. CBS News 8 this morning with Dan and Michelle.
That's right. Can you just follow us around all day?
I will do
Or you
that.
say, Dan, we'll have a cheeseburger for lunch. And
I'll do your answering machine for an extra 10%.
Yes.
Will you do my voicemail?
Right.
I need you to do my voicemail.
That'd
be awesome.
No, you know what, though, everybody, you've heard Bill's voice, and now you put a face to the name, and best of luck in the book.
Thank you, sir.
Again, it's called Parenting for the Digital Age. It's Bill Ratner, and we just wish you
I can't wait to read about German Barbie, too.
German Barbie. Built Lily.
Fun fact.
Built Lily.
Built Lily.
Jawohl.
Okay, jawohl. Danke for your time.
Audi.
Audi. Wiener Schnitzel.
Bill,
Yeah.
great having you.
Thank you,
Bill.
guys.
Really, the man behind CBS News 8.